Hey guys, today I want to talk to you a little bit about Call of Duty. Alright, and my personal critique on the game. At least the recent series. Okay, yes, I can agree. Advanced Warfare wasn't the world's worst Call of Duty game, and actually was kind of fun in a few ways, but very shitty, mind you. I actually hated the jetpacks, but I found the game to be kind of fun. Now, when it started becoming a necessity for almost every Call of Duty game to have jetpacks and all these loot drops and supply drops and what have you, that's when I started getting driven away from the game because people expected to pay actual money to play the game. This is a great ass game right here, is what I'm playing. Now, sure, you have all the cool skins and extra guns, but keep in mind, this was actually one of the greatest Call of Duty games ever to come around. Because it was the most innovative Call of Duty game. It used to be bad. My mic came out of contact. Hang on. Fixed it. So yeah, this Call of Duty game right here that I'm playing, this is okay. I like this. And the reason why is it's simplistic. Alright, this game right here, it's simplistic. This is the game that I want to be released annually. I would much rather be okay with this game being released annually than any more than I'd rather have the Advanced Warfare type Call of Duty games. I'm talking Black Ops 3 the Black Ops franchise got ruined. They changed the storyline to be this bullshit storyline within the same, I guess, universe as the Black Ops franchise, but the story dynamic was different. And so, for that reason, I can't be into the Call of Duty Black Ops franchise anymore. The fact that they got rid of story mode, I believe, right, with the Black Ops 4, I don't think it has a storyline anymore. I honestly don't think Call of Duty games are going to have storylines anymore. Yes, you used to be able to play Call of Duty games for their story. You used to play it for the story, and the multiplayer, and then, it was fun as hell. I mean, obviously this is not no multiplayer first style game, like everybody takes the Call of Duty franchise to be. And yes, the community is very toxic with they call it the recent Call of Duty community, and it's all these little kids that think they understand what makes a good game, and so what they want is a Call of Duty game where you pay to win so mommy can waste a whole bunch of her money so that you can get all the cool new weapon skins and rub it in your buddy's face. That's all they want to do. Now, it's no longer about makes a good COD game a good COD game. And a lot of the times it's the story and the new features, the guns, the customization, and a lot of the customization is very dumbed down in the older Call of Duty games, if you've noticed. So this game has a lot less customization than, let's say, Black Ops 3. And so what they're doing now is they're saying, okay, if you can't put this type of attachment on your gun, then the game's shitty. Well, that's because, back then it wasn't that thought of. And sure, this game's not quite up to date with today's modern Call of Duty. But you see, Infinite Warfare was the worst Call of Duty. I mean, a lot of people say the worst Call of Duty this is a big argument. A lot of the retarded community of a lot of the retarded side of the community in the COD franchise end up being the kids that now expect the older games to be the shittier games, which is just downright retarded to begin with. But another thing that you gotta point out is the fact that Oh God, I don't even think I can make this video. But listen, the reason Call of Duty World War II fails for me is because of the whole paying to win bullshit still being applied. Okay, and you know, I actually managed to get a lot of the supply crate weaponry without actually paying. I never paid a damn cent in the game, and most of what I've earned came from playing with guns like the PPSH. I'm not gonna lie, I actually liked Call of Duty World War II. I kinda liked the story. It was kind of, you know, cliche where it's all story based. Not story based, but it's all, you know, about love or war or this and that. It's never just about showing you what war was like. Like Call of Duty World at War. The shit you saw was brutal, and it didn't hold it back at all. Here, it was kind of dumbed down to the point where war, everything you do in war, is the typical war story of like, you do it because of this, or because of that, or because you felt you had to. Never about just because you were ordered to. It's never about that anymore. And so because it takes on a lot of cliches of the modern war stories that get told, like Saving Private Ryan or stories like that, a lot of the small mini cliches were implied into the story. That's why I thought it was poorly put together, you know, and that's just my opinion. You know, not too many people agree. I know there's going to be this few people that are going to leave the hate comments, but I just want to say one thing is for certain, though. We all have to agree on. Call of Duty was built off the foundation of a balanced story, okay, of a balanced story and a decent multiplayer. Alright, it was built off of this foundation, and originally I don't believe there was any custom. I haven't played Call of Duty 2 or 1, the OG Call of Duties, not Black Ops, before you had this game I'm playing now. Before you had this. Before you had, you know, all the different annual releases of Call of Duty and all, you know, at one point Call of Duty was a franchise that was taken very seriously by the developers. For them to write a basic story that works, and the stories used to actually be worthwhile. Take the Modern Warfare franchise, great fucking storytelling. Great fucking storytelling. You take Call of Duty Ghosts. I actually like the story of Call of Duty Ghosts. Surprisingly, I actually like it a little bit. And Advanced Warfare was all right. It wasn't that good at all, but it was an all right story. It was it became the cliche of the Call of Duty stories. But for the most part, you know, Call of Duty has really changed. And no, I'm not getting Black Ops 4. For several reasons. Reason one, I'm not a big fan of the Battle Royale franchise style. But I can say one thing for certain. I'm not getting it. And what it is about Battle Royale, I just don't know. I can't really, I never really grasped the full concept of it. I think what Battle Royale is running around to collect guns. And I'm just not into that Battle Royale story shit. Not story, but Battle Royale shit. And the fact it doesn't have a story, I don't think zombies are going to be any good. I don't know. I'm just. It seems like the Call of Duty franchise is falling apart here, bit by bit. And you see, I think because Battle Royale is the one thing that's keeping is taking over and swarming the YouTube, you know, algorithms. And what I mean by that is people, if you actually look at the people that actually get more views, are typically the people playing Fortnite, and the people I want to say YouTube algorithms. I'm sorry, I'm halfway retarded here. I don't. This is going into territory that I don't fully understand. Is Battle Royale, and it is Fortnite, H1Z1, PUBG, and that such, falling from a jet or a plane or whatever, and then running to go grab material, armor, guns, and what have you to hold out in the survival and survive against other teams to see which team will last the longest. And I don't know, part of that sounds fucking cool, but the execution is just poor. Oftentimes battlefield like, and it actually was taking away from the Grand Theft Auto idea. And a lot of people don't understand this. Was Motor Wars was the only battle royale I'd ever play. It was Motor Wars because it was Grand Theft Auto is from a AAA title. Now, because you have games that are not AAA titles, okay, so you have a AAA title, right? A good ass fucking game, in other words. You're paying for your quality. With these free-to-play games, the quality is not there. The perfection is not met. Alright, it's not meant to be the greatest looking game or the greatest playing game, so you oftentimes run into bugs and whatnot, but you see it's very shittily put together, and the programming is not the greatest. It's like playing a game from like the 90s, alright, or some shit. But then most of the time, you know, you look at the Call of Duty games and make fun of them, but here's the thing. You know, with the Call of Duty game, you have very balanced programming. You will run into your occasional glitches and errors and whatnot, but at least with this game, you're paying for decent quality. I agree that the older Call of Duties are what I'm more attracted to. And you see, Black Ops 3, Treyarch knew what attracted the players, and it was the older maps. So that's why they gave you Chronicles. It wasn't to cater to the audience, it was because they knew that everybody wanted a remastered World at War and a Call of Duty remastered Black Ops 1. I would love for them to remaster Black Ops 1 and 2. I'd love for them to remaster World at War. I feel that if they remaster these, but you see, here's the problem. I throw out this idea, I throw out this pitch, and what's going to happen? They're going to do it, but they're going to do what they did with this, where in order to play MWR, you need fucking what's the shit called? You need the game that you don't want. You're going to need the game that you're going to most likely never buy. And for me, this was Infinite Warfare. You don't want Infinite Warfare, you want this. You want what I'm playing now. That's what you're gonna want. Not World at War. Not take that back. You do want World at War. You don't want Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare and all this bullshit. You don't want that. All you want is the good Call of Duty games, because a lot more care was put into them, and it wasn't all multiplayer based. And the random number generator to give you your random ass weapon skins. You see, it takes away, you know, earning shit in Call of Duty was fun. But you take that away whenever the only way to earn it is by randomly getting it, and you only have the chance of getting what you want. And because of that, it's a very shitty platform that's on a very low quality. And it runs into these whole things where, you know, where, I don't even know. I just hate Battle Royale games. I hate free games because I feel that people that play free games oftentimes never played a good game. And what I mean is, they never played Call of Duty Black Ops 1. They never played Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, not the remastered. They never played any of the older Grand Theft Auto games like Grand Theft Auto 3 or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or Grand Theft Auto Vice City or any of the Vice City Story or Liberty City Story or whatever. They never played any of those. They've only played Grand Theft Auto 5 probably and think that they understand the series without knowing that it was almost the same game whenever San Andreas came out. Because they never played San Andreas. So they don't understand. They don't understand any good games, you know. They never played that one game. What was it called? Bully. It was a great fucking game. Never played games like those. I've only played Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, and they play basketball games and free games and call it in a Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's just about it. And once you see the games that they play, you start to pick apart and understand what it is that a lot of the people, the only reason they get Fortnite is because it's free. And because of that, it makes it to the point where it's... Here's the reason that, you know, battle royale games oftentimes more popular than these AAA titles. And here's the reason why. Because they're free. No quality. They're just free. Alright. And it's because they're cheap bastards that want a game to play that's not going to cost them a damn cent. And it's this gaming community that want everything to be free. And, well, for one, that's just never going to happen. Not when you want a company, but you see, because of, you know, battle passes and this and that, and I don't listen. All right, and I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a battle pass is. I genuinely, can somebody tell me what the fuck it is? I don't get it. Like, people say, oh, do you get that new battle pass? And it's just, it was this Bohemian kid. His name was King Scholar. His real name Jeremiah, but this kid, he's like, dude, you got the new battle pass, and it's just like, what the fuck is that? He's like, it's on Fortnite, and I'm like, but I don't play Fortnite. And he's like, but the community acts like if you don't know or haven't played Fortnite, then you need to get a life and play Fortnite. Like, Fortnite is cancerous, okay? And the reason why is because it's spread to the community to the point where Fortnite has made more money than Grand Theft Auto and Minecraft. Alright, and these are games that, I guess Minecraft, it was understood that it would make more money than that, but still, it made more money than Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's just unacceptable. Because Grand Theft Auto 5 is a good game. I mean, sure, it's got its flaws. Don't get me wrong here. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, GTA Online is like the cancer of the world, but it's fun. Alright, it's cancerous yet fun. I mean, most of the time it's not fun. Never got retards and fucking DeLoreans, and they call them Deluxos, and because they don't know what a DeLorean is, and they have no sense of they have no sense of reality, and I think everything is in the game. Because I've had this idiot tell me, hey, that's that Bravado, and they'd be looking at a Dodge, you know, a Dodge Ram. I say that's a Bravado. They're like, oh, we got it wrong. That's a Zentorno. You know, and it'd be a Lamborghini. Of course it's a Lamborghini. But no, it's a Zentorno. And it's like, dude, yeah. It's to the point where idiots are calling Chevy Impalas fucking voodoos. Like, dude. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. And what I mean is, I know the names of the cars in Grand Theft Auto, but they get some of the most iconic cars wrong. Like the DeLorean. Listen, if you don't know what a DeLorean is, fucking... Oh god, if you don't know what a DeLorean is, my god. If you've ever watched any movie franchise from the 80s, if you're in the 80s movies and you know what a DeLorean very well is. If you love 80s movies, you know what a DeLorean is. That's a given. You know, if you're a big 80s fan, then you should know what a DeLorean is. Because one of the greatest things from the 80s was Back to the Future. And, you know, I mean... God damn it. Fuck, guys, I'm sorry. That was some intense shooting. Fuck, god damn it. I had no time to throw my grenade, and yeah, I would have thrown a grenade in that situation. Fuck. Man, I tell you what though, this is some real shit right here, dog. This is a real game. This is a man's game, alright? This is the bro game. This ain't no fucking... Oh my god, this is Advanced Warfare. Ooh yeah, man. Look at this, man. Look at my jetpack. Oh yeah. Look at my new weapon skin that my mommy had to pay me $20 on a fucking PSN card. Oh yeah. Alright, this is the cancer I'm talking about, and pay to win situation. I mean, it's not even pay to win, it's pay to show off. I mean, well, like for one, I mean, who cares what skin your gun has? Like, honestly, I get it. I've been through that stage in my life where I think every little thing counts. And every little detail, people are going to be impressed. And oh my god, yes, I did pay money to get certain cars in Grand Theft Auto. I'm not going to lie. I paid at least around about $300 worth of shark cards. Okay? I paid around that much money. Yes, I get it. It's a lot of money. But then again, I have a life. I'm not going to waste my time on that game because it's so cancerous. Because a lot of the things to make money in okay, this is not about Grand Theft Auto. I know it's about Call of Duty. But my point is, it wraps around back to Call of Duty to the point where a good game, it used to be, you never had, I think Grand Theft Auto 4 to Grand Theft Auto 5. In Grand Theft Auto 4, you never had to pay a cent for a shark card. I don't remember there being microtransactions. Microtransactions weren't big until Black Ops 2 timeline came around, where they started. Actually, Black Ops 2 created a good kind of microtransaction where you'd pay guaranteed for the expense of what skin and what, you know, little personalizations that were added to your guns. You know, you paid for, like, okay, you wanted a panda emblem and a cool Gucci looking gun skin and some new sights for your gun. Okay, yeah, if you pay $4 you get it. Okay, that's cool. Nowadays you have to pay like $25 just to get it by chance. Okay, mind you. So it's a big scam, and it's to the point where you're gambling. I mean, I get CSGO gambling was a thing of a long ass time ago, and microtransactions were a thing before Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 2 created the Call of Duty microtransactions. It really did. Then Call of Duty Ghost came out and continued the same platform. Then after Ghost, it was what was it, Advanced Warfare, if I'm correct, and it started this new trend of paying for a chance to get newer by chance. And that's the thing. Whenever chance is a thing, whenever you have the chance of getting the same item, whenever you have the chance of getting what you don't want, whenever you get the chance of getting what you want, and probabilities, it's the equivalent of gambling, alright? And it's to the point where I don't want to play the game anymore, okay? And, I mean, I get it, Killing Floor does the same thing. Yes, I did do a Killing Floor crate unlocking, but I mean, it's Killing Floor, it's a different game, alright? And yeah, in that game, it's kind of an exception to me. Just like in this game, or in any other good Call of Duty game. And I think the beauty is simplicity. You see, this is why I don't like the newer zombies, is they have to add all these Easter eggs and new story elements, and it's to the point where, like, if you played World at War Zombies, you played hours of it, because it was very simple. Alright, it was very, 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 very simple. Alright, there was no, you know, do these thousands of little Easter eggs and these 8 steps to doing this. And it all really started at a, it really, really technically started at a, Origins, I believe it was, that created the big beat the game. You're not supposed to beat Call of Duty Zombies, you're supposed to survive for as long as you can. So then, of course, they started doing it for all the 4 primary Black Ops 3 DLCs, and of course they did the remaster of a Derice and Verrucht, Noctra and Toten, Kino der Toten, what was it? What else did they remaster? Shino Numa, they remastered Shangri-La, they remastered Ascension, Moon, and you know, what have you, but I believe I named all of them though. But anyway, they did the remaster of all those maps, and here's the thing. Here's my big complaint about the remaster of Noctra and Toten. They added the gumball, the gobble gums, whatever the fuck. What's the difference? They added those. Let's see, they added a bunch of newer bullshit. So they added the gobble gums, the Wonder Fizz. So now you can get a bunch of perks, and you can have Perkaholic, and you have all the perks in a map that should only have one perk, and that should be Mule Kick. Okay, that's the thing. Whenever the Black Ops 1 remaster of that same map, yes, Black Ops 1 actually began the remastering of the World at War maps with the last release, which was, I believe it was, fuck. I forget the name of the pack to buy. It was Resurrection. Now that was the name of it. It was Resurrection. So you'd pay for this map pack, this DLC pack, and you'd get all the original World at War maps. That was fucking dope, because you'd have all the fun-ass Black Ops 1 maps and all the World at War maps to play with you and your buddies. That's whatever me and my buddy Brad used to always play all the damn time, and it was always fun. But now it's like they changed the look of the maps, so it's no longer the way we used to love them. They changed that. They changed just about everything. All the guns. They even took out and added new guns, and it's just bad. Just a bad picture that I don't want to look at for too long, otherwise I get kind of sick to my stomach, to the point where I don't want to be talking about it. Okay? And I mean, listen, I mean, Call of Duty is a great fucking franchise. Between Call of Duty to Battlefield, I'd always pick Call of Duty over Battlefield. By any means, I'm not critiquing Call of Duty when I say, by any means, I'm not critiquing Call of Duty when I say it sucks. I mean, I'm genuinely being serious that when I say, when Call of Duty sucks, I mean, I'll tell you the Call of Duties that suck. And it's the newer Call of Duties. It's because they tried to cater to both audiences. See, whenever Call of Duty innovates, okay, here's the thing, we're all hypocrites here. When we say we want innovation and nuanced situations in Call of Duty, whenever they gave it to us, new situations was jetpacks, alright? It was fun, and it was great the first time around because it was original. But a lot of people hated it, like me. I can agree, sure it adds a level of fun, but then again it takes away of what makes Call of Duty Call of Duty. So I say, okay, and when we had Ghosts, bigger maps was what we got. When people were asking for bigger maps, people said it needs to be more realistic. Well, you died too damn quickly, and the maps are way too damn big, and the customization was questionable. And so whenever they gave the players what they wanted, oh my bad if my voice cracked. Whenever they gave the players what they wanted, it wasn't good enough for the players. It wasn't what they truly wanted. So whenever they said what they wanted and they realized what they wanted was not what they wanted, they were to complain. But you see, the damage had already been done to Call of Duty franchise. And the developers thinking, hey, this is a good ass idea because we could get people to pay money for those. And oh, okay. And so, you see, look, I mean, I'm an okay player at this game. Sure, I can get on some insane kill streaks in this game, sure. Sure, I can get on some insane kill ways with certain guns, but, I mean, let's be honest here. This game is fairly fucking balanced. Alright, and you know why it's balanced? It's because it doesn't run off some insane hitbox situation where, okay, if you shoot someone in the face, there's like 8 different hitboxes in the face, so that's why you do more damage. And they have DPS, damage per second, in other words. They have all these other things like amp damage and all this crazy shit. I do not know, my dude. J Crazy 101. Do you still need a W to launch this? No, I do not. I don't. Do you still need a W? But seriously, I am the Call of Duty player that enjoys simplicity. When I see Black Ops Zombies, I want to think about the day that we used to sit out in the garage and play Kino der Toten and try to last for up to wave 50 and shit like that. Those are the good old days, alright? And those days are gone because, well, they've seriously just changed the way Call of Duty runs these days, and that's why it's an issue. Advanced Warfare. Yeah, you still need Infinite Warfare to launch this game. Unfortunately, and that's another thing, that's another complaint I have about this. Okay, so yeah, the remaster. You need this fucking you need this retarded ass bullshit policy of you needing to buy fucking, what's the shit called? Infinite Warfare to play a game that we used to pay for. Ah, nah, bruh, J Crazy, you good, bruh. I get it. I mean, they're the same fucking game. I mean, there is no fucking difference. Let's be honest. Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare, what's the difference? They're both the shittier generation of Call of Duty games. But here's another thing. Another big complaint of mine was Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Okay, and listen. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2... Black Ops 2 was a great game. Sure, it added innovation in a way that us players wanted to see. Some players, like me, complained about it at first, but, you know, once you get the hang of it, it was an alright game. And sure, it was a great game nowadays, because we look back at it to think about all the innovations it made, you know, and think about it, Black Ops 1 really was a great-ass fucking game compared to the innovations it did to fucking World at War were fucking great. Oh yeah, that's another thing is even when you have this game downloaded in your fucking system, you still need Infinite Warfare to fucking launch this. It's retarded as hell. I don't know if they have a certain programming in the disc or something. I don't understand it, because normally if you think about it, when you have a game downloaded in your system, you should be able to launch it without another game. Unless you replay for unless you pay for oh yeah, that is true. Now, the thing that did piss me off about Modern Warfare Remastered was paying for your fucking skins. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because I'll never lie here. I did pay for a few I did pay for a few things here, but you know, it's just me. I just, at the time, I don't know, I kind of wanted to buy into the trend. Holy fuck, I'm just like, fuck, can't talk. I need some fucking water. Let's see what I got in my mini fridge. Yeah, if I were you, I probably wouldn't rebuy it. I mean, I don't know the situation. Because originally, I deleted both Infinite Warfare and MWR until I realized that, you know, what's it called? World at War wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I agree, it's a great... Okay, we can all say that World at War was great, and we can all say that World War II, whilst I get the developers' point of view, they want to please what the audience really wants, and what the audience wants is a fan base that will enjoy what they give them. But, what I'm honestly going to say here is that, you see, well, of course we're not going to like it as much as we did World at War. We're never going to like Call of Duty World War II as much as we did World at War. Alright, and that's just the damn truth, and people have to accept the truth for what it is, no matter how hard it is to accept. The truth is that World at War was just too good of a game. Your thoughts on BO4? I think, because I'm not a Battle Royale fan, I mean, if you're a Battle Royale fan, go for it, but, like, then again, I don't know, I'm not buying BO4, because, for one, there's all these idiots out here in today's generation, like Fernando saying, oh, I got GTA 6 early. There's going to be idiots who are like, I got Grand Theft Auto 6 early and Red Dead Redemption 2 early, and I got Black Ops 4 early and Spider-Man whatever early. And you're just going to have all these idiots out there, and people are just going to waste billions of dollars on the game, I'm sure. But, I mean, I don't get the whole buy the season. The only, like, my thoughts on it, honestly, to tell you, I hate the idea of the season's pass, which, okay, to me, I went to my bathroom with a can of NOS energy drink and a can of Mountain Dew, and I locked myself in my bathroom and I cried for about an hour, because I know there's multiplayer in Zombies too, but, I mean, like, I cried for about an hour because of the season's pass, okay? And the idea of it was that you pay for it all in one special edition, and you can't buy the season's pass separated from the game. So here's the thing with the season's pass. Why I complain about it. Sure, you get all the DLCs early, but how are you gonna want content before everybody else gets it if you're not sure about what the content's going to provide? You know, if you don't know what the content is, you're not gonna know if you like it or not until it comes out. Of course, Seasons Pass holders have all these special abilities and shit that make it a pay-to-win scenario, but now it's like you can't buy the DLCs separated. You can't buy the Seasons Pass separate either. You have to buy this special edition of the game that's upward to about $100 in cash at one time. And I don't know. I didn't like Black Ops 3 Zombies. I probably won't like Black Ops 4 Zombies. I probably won't even play Black Ops 4 until after it comes out. Now, of course, I've seen a lot of people praise Black Ops 4, and I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm going to take a stand, and I want Call of Duty to be the way it used to be. I want... You can't buy DLC separate. Yeah, you can. They took that feature away because... Okay, if you actually go to the forums and you look at, you know, what they're telling you, this is what I've heard and compiled from other YouTube channels and, you know, online sources. They're selling you the game and the Seasons Pass at the same time, and if you don't buy this special edition, you're not going to get the DLCs or the Seasons Pass or anything else unless you buy this special edition of the game that's about $100, which not all of us are going to pay $100 for some bullshit like Battle Royale. And like I said, I get it that there's multiplayer in Zombies, but just like, what's the point, man? I've seen, if you've actually seen what Black Ops 3 done to Zombies, you know, the beauty of simplicity, alright? See, I love Hotline Miami because it's simple. Because literally, it's a one-hit kill. If you hit somebody with a baseball bat, insta-kill. If you shoot somebody, insta-kill. That's simple, and it runs off this logic very well. But Call of Duty, you know, Zombies, you didn't need no fucking Easter eggs and accomplishments and all this. You didn't need that, you know? So if you pay the regular, you will have to pay 100 more. No, if you pay for regular, you don't get the Seasons Pass. You don't get access to the Seasons Pass at all. You have to pay for the special edition, you know, to even get anything. So it's like, I don't know how to, you know, explain this. It's like they're selling you $100. Right? They're selling you a game for $100. If you get it, you get the Seasons Pass and what have you. But if you don't, then you don't even get to pay for the DLC separate. You don't pay 100 more. You pay exactly none more. All right, it's a all or nothing deal, and I think that kind of business is scummy as hell. I hate that kind of ideology. I don't know what's going through the maker. I don't know what's going through Treyarch's head to make them, profit from a game like that. I can't begin to just. I can't begin to wrap my head around the idea that Call of Duty is becoming this cancer. And it's only like the newer Call of Duty games, like Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying this. Black Ops 3 is shitty, and Black Ops 1 was great, because I've already had some idiot tell me that, oh, you don't like Black Ops 4? He's like, he got Black Ops. Okay, okay, hang on, let me rephrase this. I know, right? And when I heard about this special edition, you can only... I locked myself in my bathroom with a can of NOS Energy and a Mountain Dew, and I cried myself to sleep in my bathroom. Because it literally the saddest thing ever. And it's seeing Call of Duty decay. And if anybody is out there in these trying times that will understand that, hey, Black Ops, all these newer Call of Duty games are shitty and all the older ones are greater. Of course, it's a very weird thing to say, but yes, all the older Call of Duty games are better. Because I've had this guide say, because I was complaining about the new Call of Duty game, and he joined the chat, and then him and his few buddies joined the chat, and well, they're like, oh, so and so got Call of Duty Black Ops 4 early. He's like, oh, really? And well, he didn't say Black Ops 4. He actually just said Black Ops early. So I'm just like, what do you mean Black Ops has been out for like 8 years or some shit? Well, not. I said something like it's been out for like 10 or so years. And so they're like, no, Black Ops, it's the newest one out. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like Black Ops 4. It's like, oh, that cancer? Oh, well, who cares? It's Black Ops 4. It's a shitty game. They're like, what do you mean it's a shitty game? It's like, Black Ops 1 is better. Black Ops 2 is better. Black Ops 3 sucked. Oh, yeah. And, like, I don't know, there's idiots out there that actually believe that, hey, I'm gonna go pay $100 for a game because I want the DLC so I could rub it in so-and-so's face. There's actual people that are actually paying for this garbage. I know of only 2 people that I know personally that are... Oh my god. I don't understand what goes through the community's head that makes them want more of this garbage, this cancer, and it's the newer Call of Duty games, the jetpacks, the exosuits, the 1,000 attachments on one gun. Like, you don't need that. There's no, and it's to the point where I hate the customization system where, okay, you don't need any perks, but you can have 100 attachments on your gun. Or, you know what I mean? Well, obviously not 100, but just like, I used to love how Black Ops 2 allowed you to have 2 attachments on your primary, and eventually 2 attachments on your secondary, and you can eventually have 3 attachments on your primary, depending on wild cards. But, like, Black Ops 3 took it way too fucking far with their customization, made it so that your gun can have all these ridiculous customizations on it, and it's like, dude, you know what I mean? I get it, players want, insane customization. I get it. I love the Doomsday, not Doomsday, I love the Mark II customization in Grand Theft Auto 5. I get it, I like customization, I like to make my guns work. I love Payday 2 customization, but you see, all these games are not the same. They're very different. Okay, they're very different. Payday 2, obviously it's an RPG-like game, customization, left and right and out the ass and robbing banks, but it's different from Call of Duty where you're not facing as AIs, your AIs are facing against players. Oh god, I can't talk today, like I'm losing my voice. That's really fucking bad. But like, You don't need all this crazy shit on your gun to face off against another player. Alright? Ah, fuck, I'm running into my fucking... I'm retarded. You don't need all this crazy shit on one gun. And I think that's the point I want to express. And whenever I express it to anybody, everybody is always negative about it. Nobody likes to get the concept that, hey, back in World at War, I mean, you had customization, but it was, like, balanced. It was to the point where, I don't even want to get into it, but, like, it was a balanced customization system. And if you think about it, when you have balance, and when it's fair, and when every player can get what they want out of it without it being too over ridiculous and giving all the noobs what they want. And what I mean by noobs, I mean listen, if in, you know, Grand Theft Auto you need to use explosive weaponry to get kills, then in my opinion you're a noob. If you've ever played Grand Theft Auto, you know what I'm talking about. It's assholes with RPGs and, you know, just spam fucking nades everywhere and, you know, sticky bombs and... Oh, Grand Theft Auto community is a whole nother type of cancer, but we're not talking about that. And I'm sorry I have to go to other games, because I do. I have to go to other games to show for what Call of Duty's following with this trend, and it's that pay-to-win situations where H1Z1 does it, Fortnite does it, PUBG does it as far as I'm concerned. Battlefield is now going into it. Call of Duty does it, and it's... thousands of other games do it. It's all these stupid crates that you have to buy to unlock, and I get it. I get it. Players like the way their guns look. Okay, I get that. I get it. I used to be the same way when I was little. When Black Ops 2 came out, I was pretty young. It was a pretty amazing time in my life, I'll be honest. But you know, a lot of people weren't there for that. A lot of people were there for, you know, the kids these days that were my age when Black Ops 2 came out, the kids that are my age then to now. So, understand what I'm talking about, and a lot of the players that were around whenever World at War came out understand what I'm talking about. And it's that we don't want all these ridiculous shit, and we don't need all this ridiculous shit. But the kids that were our age, whenever all this new stuff's coming out, think it's the same shit that we experienced whenever Black Ops 2 came out. So what I'm saying is that whenever Black Ops 2 came out and we were kids, it was amazing. Alright? Now we're older, and we understand how games work, understand marketing, and understand all this stuff. Alright? We realize what we want and what we don't want. And all these kids are acting like it's the same shit, and a lot of kids think it's better and that it's innovative and all this shit, and it's not. It really isn't. It's what we need to find is a balance between what's new and what's old. Alright? We say wild cards basically allow us to have all these thousands of gun customizations, and so be it. You know, in Black Ops 1 there was one perk, and if anyone that's ever played Black Ops 1 and knows what they're talking about will know what I'm talking about. It was called Warlord. It allowed you to have 2 attachments and 2 grenades or whatever for your gun, and basically it was pretty dope. Alright, it required your perk, and in that perk slot it had all kinds of other useful perks, but you'd be sacrificing those perks to get your gun customization, right? And it was the orange tier perks, you know. Of course nobody knows what those are anymore. You know. And I'm not sure if I'm ever going to buy any more Call of Duty games if they continue down the road of this. Now, what I am happy about Black Ops 4, what I am praising about it, and it's not very much, it's that they didn't say, hey, we're selling Black Ops 1 with Black Ops 4. Alright, that's what I'm praising about it, is they didn't do that. Alright, and thank God they didn't do that, because, you know, Activision did the same thing with Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. They did that. Thank God they're not doing it with Black Ops 1. Because if it were with Black Ops 1, I'd have to pay it, because I would want Black Ops 1 remastered. But I don't think anyone would understand at Activision how much money that they would make if they sold it separately, if they sold Black Ops 1 remastered on its own, with Black Ops 2 perhaps, would be literally, they would make so much fucking money. They would make more money than fucking Fortnite, okay? And I know they would, because the audience, the players are there. A lot of the kids that grew up with Black Ops 1, that are teenagers now, like me, are gonna fucking, we're gonna buy it, alright? And that's just the bottom line, alright? And a lot of the people that either way are into Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, and they remaster fucking the entirety of the Modern Warfare franchise, they'd make a lot of fucking money. They remaster World at War, they'd make a lot of fucking money. But I don't think that anybody at Activision understands that, hey, we like older games, you know, that we grew up with, because it has a lot of, what do you call that, nostalgia. It's very nostalgic to go back on the PS3 in the garage to play a good old map like Verrückt or Kino der Toten on Black Ops 1 or World at War. Alright? That kind of nostalgia, it's an experience that I don't think many people have experienced in their life. And it's an experience that I treasure a lot, because, let me tell you something, I didn't have much friends at school, and I only had a few friends in the neighborhood. But let me tell you something, when we'd be in my buddy Brad's garage playing the older Call of Duty games, whenever we'd be in my basement playing the older Call of Duty games, I mean, well, at the time they were relevant games, but now they're considered older games, but, you know. But seeing the way that Call of Duty's evolved, it started off as, let's say, a tree. Alright, we cut down the tree and make wood out of it, and we make a wood sculpture, and we're cutting it into this object that nobody likes anymore. Alright? It used to be amazing, and then, well, span it over the course of a few years and more, well, we cut in the wrong direction, and eventually we cut so far in that wrong direction to where the point where it's no longer a sculpture we want it to be. So what am I suggesting? I'm suggesting we start from where we started from. We restart from where we originally started from. The boots on the ground, basic, no customization, you know, this and that, and then we build a little bit of customization into it, but keep it relatively balanced. Like this game that I'm playing right now. The customization is balanced, it's very limited, it's not so open and ridiculous. And my God, would that be amazing? And I think the greatest way to restart that is by selling remastered editions of the older games to the newer consoles, because obviously the PS4 and the Xbox One will easily handle Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Alright, let's be honest, I'm a PlayStation guy, alright? I'm not an Xbox guy, but what I can say about Xbox, I love Call of Duty on the Xbox, I love Call of Duty on the PlayStation. Call of Duty anywhere is amazing. It's amazing on the PC, it's amazing on the older consoles, the PS3, the Xbox 360. It's amazing anywhere it's presented. But now Battlefield is a much more realistic game, and it caters to an audience that's more based around tactical and strategic gameplay. Alright? And us Call of Duty players just like the basic arena combat that allows us to customize our guns, and well, the history would teach us a thing or two about history, and well, we'd be interested in it. Obviously, Black Ops 1 was based off of true events. Well, not true events, but well, You know, when they reference the Bay of Pigs and the Cuban Missile Crisis, whenever they reference these things, those are real events. Of course, the story isn't real, but it takes us to the point where we're so interested in history. We're interested in the 1930s and the 1940s and 1950s and well, you know, not 50s, but in particular the 60s. You know, when JFK was our president. You know, and how legendary it is that they actually, you know, had they had your character meet the president in the very first fucking Call of Duty game. Well, like that kind of shit was so memorable. I remember that game so fucking well. All right, I remember every little bit about it. All right, and if you've ever grew up on that game, you will remember a lot of it. And yes, I remember fucking playing World at War, and that part where you play as a Victor Reznov was by far one of the coolest parts of that game. Like, are you kidding me? You know? And, I know, part of the older Call of Duty games, it's just amazing. And I think that the older Call of Duty games have a lot more nostalgia factor, and it's a lot more balanced. It was perfected where it started. It did not need to be tweaked. But I guess if you play Call of Duty games and see what they're about, like let's say for instance, you play Call of Duty Ghost. See what that's about, okay? It's more about realism and, you know, openness. So a lot of the Call of Duty map designs are very simple. They're 3 lanes. Left, right, and center. 3 lanes. So you have the option of going this way, right, that way, left, or this way, center. So, go this way, this is the center of the map. Go that way, that's the left side of the map. And, well, go this way, that's the right side of the map. Alright? And so, you know, they often create these new scenarios where you go up, down, to the side a little, in the middle of the center, and or the right side of the map. And from there you can go up and down, and a little bit of both. So that kind of map layout we weren't quite ready for in the interaction maps with, like, if you've ever played a, what was it? That one Black Ops 1 map. I believe it could have been a DLC map, I'm not too sure on it, but I think it might have been. But anyway, there was a small elevator, so there was a little bit of map interaction. And that kind of shit was kind of fucking cool at the time. And like, a lot of people don't understand that a lot more people like timelines that are older, so like World War II. And they have all the original Call of Duty games, so Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3, Call of Duty World at War, and you had Call of Duty World, you have Call of Duty World War II, it's the present day one, but, you know, they have those games. For the more Vietnam era, you had Black Ops 1, which is the only game that takes place in Vietnam, mind you. Alright? So, maybe another game in Vietnam, for Christ's sake. I mean, the 1960s was a very strange timeline that you could do a lot to. Vietnam was a very weird place. Of course, you know, it was during the Cold War era and the Vietnam era, so Black Ops 1 had a lot going on for its time. And just, I can make a whole video about everything the Black Ops 1 did, and as far as innovation goes to World at War. I could go into a whole video about that. But I just kind of wanted to point my thoughts out here, and it's that Call of Duty is it's dying with the later releases of the newer games. Never before have I ever thought that I'd see this amazing game franchise turn into a pay-to-win franchise, right? And it's, you know, it's a horrible thing to watch happen, but it's happening. So, you know, not much we can do about it. Other than complain about it and hope that they listen. And they probably realistically won't. So, with that being said, probably going to play some more Call of Duty, MWR, or Modern Warfare Remastered. And, probably going to go to bed later on. That being said, hope you guys stay tuned. I might make another video about what I'm talking about here. But, you guys, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for anyone that's watching. And thank you, JCrazy101, for watching during the time of the stream. So, with that being said, end it here. See you guys later.